Here we have a pair of simultaneous linear equations, and it may be that you know how to solve these using the elimination method. So why am I demonstrating a new substitution method? Well, in more complex equations, like the one here, where we have one linear and one quadratic, solving by substitution is the method of choice. I'm using this pair of linear equations that you're familiar with to demonstrate this new method, so that when we do move on to the more complex equations, you'll only have a small step to take. Now I should mention that this method in turn depends on you being comfortable with a number of underpinning techniques. You need to be comfortable rearranging formula, you need to be comfortable carrying out substitution, and you need to be comfortable solving linear equations, which includes expanding brackets and collecting like terms. If you're not comfortable, have a look at my other videos before proceeding. Step 1. Rearrange one of the equations to become either y equals or x equals. Now this is giving you rather a lot of choice. You can pick whichever of the two equations you like, and once you have, you can decide whether to rearrange it for either y equals or x equals. Now this freedom is deliberate as it allows you to choose the easiest option, but of course only experience will tell you which choice is easiest. Rest assured, whatever you pick will work. You may just find yourself doing a little more algebra than necessary. But looking at these two equations, I think the first looks simplest. And in particular, I think it's going to be easiest to rearrange the first equation for y equals. Now, as I've previously mentioned, I'm going to assume you can rearrange. I want this video to be just about the overall method. Step 2. Substitute your equation from step 1 into the other equation. So the other equation is this one, so I'm going to substitute for y into this equation. Now we've made progress. We have an equation with one unknown, so we can move to step 3 and solve it. Step 4, the final step. Since we now know the value of x, we can substitute for x into the simplest of the original equations and solve. Now once again you've got a choice, and actually both will work, but one will usually be easier than the other. And experience will help you with this, but we made a decision early on that this was the simplest of the two equations, and that's not changed. So it's this first equation that we'll substitute our value of x into. And we'll go on to solve. And so finally, we have our solutions. Y is 1 and x is 3. And the great thing about these simultaneous equations is we can easily check our answer. 2 lots of x and 1 lot of y should equal 7. 2 lots of x would make 6, and another value of y would make 7, so that's in agreement. And it's important you check both equations. 5 lots of x and 2 lots of y. 5 lots of x would make 15, and another 2 lots of y will bring it to 17, and again that's in agreement. So we can be certain that we've got the correct answer.